Hey guys, Peter here. So the camera is low today because I'm going to be talking about the new coil from KangerTech that is for the AeroTank Mini and the AeroTank Mega. So over here is the normal standard dual coil. Yeah, you all know this one. Over here is the Nautilus coil, right? And over here is the new coil, right? So it looks very similar between a mix of the Nautilus coil and the normal ProTank. Let's call it ProTank 3 coil. This is a ProTank 3. So first nice thing about this coil is that it fits in your ProTank 3. So it'll fit in your ProTank 3 Mini, it'll fit in your AeroTank, and you can use it. Okay, so that's one good thing about it. The second thing is it's got these little holes on the side. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that, in the same way that the Nautilus coil has got it, right? So what you want to do is, before we get there, the bottom of the two coils are exactly the same. They work in the same manner. You pull that little pin out, you pull that little cup out, you get your coil out. So that's all very similar. Now the first thing you want to do if you want to rebuild this coil, which I haven't done yet, I'm going to try it now, so it might fail miserably or it might be a success, is you want to take off this chimney, which is a bitch to get off, right? That looked easy. The first time I literally had to use a pair of pliers to get it off. Okay, that thing is in there tight. Okay, so if you look on the inside, which I'm not sure if you'll be able to see, is you can see the coil and there's some silica wire in there, and then it goes to these little holes on the side. Now the first difference that I noted is between the inside of the new KangerTech coil and the Nautilus coil is, I don't know if you'll be able to see as well, but the Nautilus coil has got some type of filler material or wicking material around the coil and the wick, whereas this one, it doesn't. It almost seems as if there's just two little holes, and that white that you see there is actually the silica. So I haven't confirmed this yet, but let's do it now. So this might be a long video, but I'll fast forward at steps and just stop at important points. Okay, so first step, as per the normal coil, I assume. Let's take out this pin. It's a success. That's the normal pin we're all used to. So far it looks very familiar. We take out the this little silicone separator insulator. That's what it's called. There we go. For those of you guys who already built these type of coils, it looks exactly the same. It is to the T. It might be one or two shades whiter, but yeah, okay, so there's definitely a dual coil in here. So I'm gonna try and pull it from the top out. So let's see. Sorry, I don't have. So there's coil number 1 with some silica on it. Okay, put that over there. The next thing I'm pulling out, it looks to be just some silica filler that's just laying on top of a coil. Sorry, it's coming out in pieces, but it looks to be, by the amounts of this, 1, possibly 2 strands. All of this, I would say 1, maybe 2. Okay, let's say 1.5. Okay, and then we've got another coil in there with silica. Let's grab that one. It's not coming out because I'm not grabbing it right. You know what, let's push it out like this. Let's give a bit of leverage. I should be able to grab it now. No, I cannot. I just stuck it in my finger. Blood. Oh! That's going to be funny. So don't do that. Come out. Aha. And coil number 2 with 1 silica thing. Okay. So there we go. This is the inside of the coil. As you can see there, we got coil number 1. This one sits at the bottom. We got coil number 2 that sits more or less like that. And then all of this stuff sits there in between. So that's what's on the inside of that. So as my suspicions were, there's no filler material in here. You can, I don't know if you'll be able to see through it through the camera, but you can sort of see through the hole there. Okay, so there's no filling material in there. It's just, instead of the grooves that they had in the previous cup, this is the old one, you know, the slits. It seems that they opted to close up this whole circle, and they just made little holes in it. So what I have done is, let's get some cotton here. I have already wrapped a micro coil. This is 20H gauge Kanthal on a 1.5mm drill bit. Can you see it? Yeah, 20H gauge Kanthal, 1.5 drill bit. Already torched it to be micro. So yeah, let's see if this will work. I'm gonna try use about this much. Okay. And now we're gonna have to get that through our coil before we actually put the coil into the cup. Okay, so let's do this. Now, I haven't seen anyone rebuild one of these coils on the net, so I could be doing this completely wrong. I mean, this is all you guys know. I'm a noob at vaping. Okay, come on. Okay, it looks like we're getting through there. Okay, so I'm pulling it just so it feels like nice and tight. So now I think I need to measure it like that, so that the cotton touches the sides and stuff. So you can see I made the cotton less now. I mean, it's, as you can see there over the cup, it barely goes over the sides. So it's, when I'm pulling it down, it doesn't fold inwards. So I'm just trying to get it in the right position. So it looks like that. Alright. With my insulator seal in there, I am positioning my coil so that it lines up with these little holes on the side there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just bend a little bit to the sides there, and I'm going to insert the positive pin. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to bend this one more to the side. Okay, right, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust it accordingly. I have trimmed off my excess wires. I've positioned the coil in the center as central as possible, and I've lined it up with the 2 holes on the sides here. You can see the cotton is like barely sticking out. That's from the inside. So what I did with a little screwdriver is I sort of focused the cotton to those 2 openings, and yeah, I think it looks pretty neat. Okay guys, I'm back. I reset my camera. It's just basically when I record too long it freezes and there's no sound, so I just wanted to counter that. And now it's time to get this chimney back on. So there's a little seal on here. Okay, that's fine. Now the thing is, to get this thing back in here, you're gonna need to push it hard, because those 2 little metal I don't know, rings or whatever they are, walls, kind of stops you from really pressing it in. And I'm pressing hard and it still falls off. Okay, so let's see. Yeah. Okay. So it's in. Well, it's kind of skew. You can see there. I don't know if you can though, but that wall or top is supposed to sit flush with that wall. Okay, so it's gonna be tight when you screw it in. So what I think we should do is I'm gonna put it in my ProTank 3 base. Okay, it's an empty tank, and then I am just going to screw it in tight so that that compresses that chimney onto that cup. Okay, and I'm releasing it, so I just turned my ProTank 3 into a tool building thing, and I'm dropping the stuff all over. Usual, you guys should be used to this now. Okay, so there we go. I just rebuilt this coil. Let's vape it. This is how much cotton that I used in the coil. Obviously I cut it, so once I rolled it up, so if you take a little cotton ball, you take about that much, half of that, that's how much cotton I used. So this is it. This is how much cotton is in this. So it's a tiny little bit, and man, it goes. It just, the flavor is there, the pull, even though this is a ProTank 3 base, so it's slightly a little tight, but it's there. And I checked the terminal of my battery. There's no juice coming out of that hole of the coil. There's no juice sitting on the terminal here. It's better than the stock coils. Well, the new stock coils. Just pull out that dual coil, put a 1.5 inner diameter, 28 gauge, 8 wraps. You're going to get about 1.5, 1.4 ohm resistance. And it is there. This coil is going into this tank in 5 minutes. That's the update. So yes, the coil can be rebuilt successfully and even better performing. Check you later.